Good afternoon. A beautiful day, and I see Don smoking his cigarette. And Julie and John, they are holding hand, they are walking in the field and making it fun. I think this is great. Come on, you guys, sit down. Anyhow, I want to share with you about confusion. You know, your mind is never stable. It can never be in the present. It will think about the past. It will think about the future. And if you little bit become conscious of that because you become a watcher of that, then you can control this mind. Because the mind is very flexible. It's like a water. It's like a liquid. It flows. It has no holding power. But it is a magic. And it is a cunning. It is the mind which produces the duality. Yeah, positive, negative, yes and no. It is the mind which producing all this media. Last night I was watching on Fox, and this lady is talking about Senator Bernie. And this Senator Bernie, bless his heart, they made him so confused, and they are talking about him that he's a socialist. Because they show the old picture that he had visited, Senator Bernie Sanders, that he visited Cuba. And he says, President Obama was talking about Cuba because that Castro was giving a good education. How can a communist country can do that? A communist, who made this communist? It is made by your mind. It is the mind, it's mind which did that. It is not your body. It is not your consciousness. Consciousness is not a commodity. You cannot buy it. There is no price for it. You have to feel it yourself. In Indian language, it is called dhyan. D-H-Y-N, dhyan. You know, the meditation word came from English. And the British people brought that. Meditation means concentration. You cannot concentrate your mind. It is really a consciousness, a dhyan. And that's where the difference is confusion. The mind is always confused. You say, I want to eat this apple. Pretty soon, oh, I'm not hungry. Maybe I will eat later on. Or I like this orange. Can you think that this mind which is confused, can it make this orange? Can it make this apple? Can it make this a dawn? This is corn. Can anybody make this corn? No.
I can't.
Look at that. Potato grows underground. But the mind grows on the top of the head, and that's where it is sitting. And the mind is running like a yo-yo. And that's where the problem is, because that intellectual part of the mind is making all the news in the world. Other day, President Donald Trump goes to India on 24th and 25th of February. He spent there. There were 150,000 people in Ahmedabad Stadium. And he loved it. The other day he said, there are so many people. And I see him. He has picked up He has picked up that dhyan from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Because through that namaste, and there where he picked up. Because that namaste, when you do with the bending head, because when you see somebody and he or she seeing you, they are seeing your picture, and your picture is going in their body at a cellular level. And if you become conscious of that you are inside of that body, and you can see that, you become totally conscious. You have become totally mystic. You become totally enlightened. And that's where the mind disappears. What I'm talking to you now, I'm not talking from your mind. I don't know where I'm talking. I'm talking now and here, whatever is coming. Because I go and see my children every day, grandchildren. I don't call them children. I look at them and I see myself in them. And they say, what are you looking? I had a 1-year-old granddaughter, Eliza. She didn't want to come to me before. Now I'm going every day and I'm taking her finger and putting it in my hand and I suck it. And she loves it. And when I go there, the first thing you do, put the finger towards me. This morning I was there and I was visiting, and my daughter was there, and she's running on the stoop, and she's come to me and she's giving me my finger, giving her finger to me, and I sucked it. And that is totally unconditional consciousness. The mind was not there. If her mind is there, she'd be totally confused. And that's the whole problem, is the mind. Learn how to transcend. Once you learn how to transcend the mind, and the only way you can learn how to transcend the mind, if you become a watcher. And once you become a watcher, the nature has given you 3 layers. The first, this is a objective, you can see and touch it. The second layer is your mind. In the mind is your name. That's a subjective, you cannot see it. And the third layer, which is inside, which you cannot see, heart is pumping, lungs are breathing, urine is getting made, all the foods are getting digested. Who is doing that? That is your unconditional consciousness. It's moving like a water. It's a biological activity. And if you become a part of that biological activity, become conscious of that, become a watcher of that, you become more and more conscious. More and more conscious. It is not a commodity. When you become that consciousness, doesn't mean that you concentrate. No. You just once a while, once you deviate, become conditioned unconsciousness, and you come back. And that's all beauty is. And that's all you keep doing it. Because there is no way in the 100% you can become unconditional consciousness. And there is no way you can become totally conscious all the time. Once you understand, it's a total science. Because I have created called the American Scientific Health Consciousness. And that's where the Jesus Nanak falls down. Because it is scientific. And it's the consciousness. And it's a real medicine. It can cure the heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and so on. Because once you become conscious of that, the body start evaporating. The cancer will dissolve. The heart disease, the obstruction in the coronary artery will dissolve. I can tell you that today. I've seen in my practice in the past when I was in practice. And cancer gone and so on. But it is your mind which can never be in the present. So mind is always running, making you confused. I want to, just like I want to buy a property. I want to buy this property. Oh, this is cheap. Let me go to other one. Somebody else comes in. Oh, I can buy this one. Because the mind is always. How much property you need? One room to sleep, a bed to sleep, a couple sheets, couple clothes, little food. And food is what? This food. You take a potato, mango. Can you make a mango? That's what we all need. This afternoon, you can ask him. I ate an apple. I went to the store Publix and bought an apple. I ate that. This was beautiful. Can you make this apple? No. But you can make this mind. That's the problem. Can you make this body? No. But you are putting all the garbage in this body because of your mind, because you're totally conditioned. And that's called the conditioned unconsciousness, and because of the confused mind. I request all of you, there's a chapter in this book, Confusion, and we will be happy to send you this book free of charge, Cancer Cure Without Chemotherapy Radiation, because it is your mind which has produced the cancer. And go to our Jesus Nanak website and get this, register yourself and get this book free of charge. And you can write to us for any question, anything related to your financial or your family or your friends, and also share with your friends, because the body has a self-induced healing. And this is what is written in this book. Biological activity. There's a chapter called Soldier by God. But again, make sure you talk to your doctor about that so you can work with your health practitioner. But let me tell you the further thing. The nature, I see that dawn is now shivering. It's a cold. Today in Florida, it's about 50 degrees. And that is the environment. And you know what United States has done? It is the best country in the world. They have forgotten the environment. And that is the problem. They are building houses all over like a machine. How big the house we need? And we are cultivating all the trees. And the trees are one who giving us everything, because the trees gives us oxygen. Every leaf on the tree is just like we have a hairs here. We are like a tree. And there's a chapter in this book called The Enlightened by the Master. And if you follow that, you will become a tree. And that's what you want. And that's how you can live unconditional consciousness. And that's what a life is. I wish you all a happy day, a healthy day. God bless. Namaste. Amen.